back, and they can stand up, and they can face any amount of brutality. And when people want to achieve something, they have the strength to go about it. And what I have again learned is to trust people. Not necessarily political leaders, but just ordinary people. What I have also learned is not to trust political leaders at all, including myself.
Yeah, second
row. Hi, first of all, I want to thank you. I know on behalf of everyone here, you are the world's great freedom fighter on behalf of the environment. Thank you. But my question to you is, for those of us who work in the environment and try to get people to wrap their heads around climate change, the issue is that it doesn't feel like immediate danger. And in addition to your fortitude, courage, and everything else, and eloquence, you speak from immediate danger to your home, to your family. So it is expressed like I'm, with the urgency that you feel. What have you found to be most effective, or when have you seen somebody get it in all of the speeches and advocacy you've done around the world?
Now.
Okay.
So I have a question for John. While you were shooting, and this was shot, how many years ago? This was about
it was shot throughout 2009.
2009. Did you see any indications of what happened 6 weeks ago?
Well, when we went to the Maldives just months after Nasheed took office, and you definitely, one felt the tension of being in a country that had lived under a police state and a dictatorship for 3 decades. One thing that kind of sticks in my mind is that throughout the process we would often meet in cafes with colleagues and Maldivians who were helping us with logistics on the film and trying to help us figure out the president's schedule and this kind of thing. And we would ask questions in kind of our normal booming American voices that would echo across the cafe, and they would whisper back to us about what was going on. And we asked them why they were whispering, and they said that, well, they lived with a president who took prisoners, if you spoke, wrongly about the regime, and that they weren't so sure that democracy was going to last. And we sort of shrugged it off at the time, and played by their rules and whispered back. But now I look back and think how right they were to be scared, because the long shadow of that dictatorship is still very much part of the power structure in the Maldives. The businesses, the monopolies that were built, the corrupt channels of how money would flow in the country, and obviously in the police and the military. So yeah, we felt that we were still shocked and surprised when it happened, but we did, in hindsight, we did feel it.
We have time for just one more, all the way in the back, standing up.
Can I take the question?
Thanks very much. Wonderful film. I really enjoyed it. I was a youth delegate at COP15, and I left the conference feeling like a Cassandra, as if I knew the truth, but I couldn't communicate it, and no one would listen to me. And I'm sure you face a similar situation all the time. So I was wondering how you combat that, how you deal with that.
I'm an optimist, and you should never give up. And I very strongly believe in human ingenuity and our capacity to understand things. At times, some people or people might not be able to comprehend certain issues and get a good grip on them, but we have to keep doing it on again and again and again and again and again. Just keep at it, and it works. We've been able to work against odds, very, very high odds. And no one believed that the 30-year dictatorship at home, we will be able to beat them. No one believed that. But as time went on and we unrelentingly at it, finally we were able to win. And I think the battle is in principle the same. Even though a vast majority of the people in the United States are unbelievers, we must keep on at it, and I believe that they will come to understand the gravity of the issue, how important it is. After all, we are talking about our grandchildren. In fact, what we do today, whatever we do today, we are doing it for our children. We're not doing anything for ourselves. We find work because we want to feed a family, because we want to feed tomorrow. And when that is the case, it must be possible to give the message that we have to leave a planet that is feasible, viable, and sustainable for the future generations. After all, we're talking about our own grandchildren. And therefore, people must be able to understand. And I think people will understand it. It might be rather difficult right now, but we must not give up, and we must continue the fight, and I'm sure we will win it.
Before I let you go, I understand that this afternoon President Nasheed taped an appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman. It's going to be on tonight. Don't miss it. I've heard it went incredibly well. And send it to your friends. And if you like the film, please tell everyone you know to come out and see it in the next 2 weeks. Thank you so much for coming.